Imagine being in so much pain you can barely walk, and your boss looks you in the eye and says, "You can't take a break unless you have a note." I had that note. I had the surgery. I had the pain. But that day, I also had enough. So I did the one thing she never expected. I quit, right in the middle of our busiest shift. If you've ever had a boss who treated you like you were replaceable, hit that like button right now. Because this story is about standing up for yourself, no matter what. Subscribe for more real-life revenge stories that prove karma never misses. Let me take you back to the start. Back in January, I found out I had a tumor in my tibia, my left leg. The pain was unreal. Every step felt like my bones were grinding against glass. When I finally saw the surgeon in April, he told me bluntly, "You can't work right now. The bone could snap." I was heartbroken. I'd always been a reliable worker, the one who covered extra shifts, stayed late, helped others. But now, I had to sit still, heal, wait. Fast forward a few months, June, surgery day. They removed the tumor. But recovery wasn't easy. I couldn't walk properly for weeks. Every tiny step reminded me of what I'd lost, my strength, my independence, my routine. Still, I fought through it. By August, I got the green light to go back to work. The doctor said, "No restrictions, but take it slow." I felt hopeful, nervous, but hopeful. When I stepped back into that store, everyone seemed happy to see me. Everyone except my shift leader. Let's call her Tina. Tina was one of those managers who believed power meant being cruel. She wasn't the kind to say, "Welcome back." Instead, she smirked and said, "Don't expect special treatment just because you had a little surgery." A little surgery. Right, but I brushed it off. I told myself, it's fine. Just do your job. Keep your head down. For the next 2 weeks, I worked as a curbside shopper, picking up online orders, bagging groceries, running them out to customers. It was fast-paced, and honestly, I was still getting used to standing all day. Then came Sunday, our busiest day of the week. The store was chaos. Carts everywhere. People complaining about wait times. Managers barking orders. About an hour and a half into my shift, my legs started throbbing. Not just soreness, sharp, stabbing pain like someone had driven nails through my bone. I limped over to Tina and said, "Hey, can I go on my break 20 minutes early? My leg's killing me. I just need to sit for a bit." She didn't even look up from her clipboard. We're all in pain. It's a team effort. You can't go on break early unless you have a doctor's note. My stomach dropped because I did have a doctor's note. I'd given to HR my first day back. It was on file, but she didn't care. In that moment, I felt something break. Not my leg this time, but my patience. 5 minutes later, she finally sighed and said, "Fine, go." So I went. I limped to the break room, sat down and just stared at the floor. The pain in my leg pulsed with every heartbeat, but my anger burned hotter. I thought about every snide comment, every time she dismissed my pain, every time she made me feel small. Then, like a quiet click in my head, I realized I don't have to stay here. This job wasn't worth my health or my peace. So after my 15-minute break, I walked straight to the manager's office. He was busy juggling paperwork, barely looked up when I said, "I'm done. I quit." He blinked, confused. "Wait, what? You're quitting now?" I nodded, calm, steady. "Yep, right now. I'm clocking out." And that's exactly what I did. The store was swarming with customers, phones ringing off the hook, carts piling up, and I just walked away. For the first time in months, I felt free. I stopped by a self-checkout to buy a few groceries for home. And as I scanned my items, guess who I saw? Tina. She froze. Her jaw tightened. Her eyes darted the clock. She knew I'd walked out mid-shift. Her face turned red, but she didn't say a word. She just glared, lips pressed in. Then my main boss, the store manager, walked in. He looked at me, then at Tina. You could feel the tension. He gave me a quick glance, part confusion, part disappointment, but didn't speak either. I smiled, grabbed my bags, and walked out. That was the last time I ever stepped foot in that store. Later, A few co-workers texted me. Turns out that day was a disaster. Tina had to pick up the slack. Orders were delayed, customers complained, and corporate got wind of it. She'd made a huge scene, yelling at everyone, blaming people for my absence, and the district manager found out. A few days later, rumor had it Tina got written up for creating a hostile work environment. Karma. Sweet, beautiful karma. I didn't have to plan anything. I didn't have to stoop to her level. All I had to do was leave. And honestly, that was the most peaceful revenge I could have asked for. She wanted to control me, to make me feel powerless. But the moment I walked out, I took that power back. She thought I needed that job. Turns out they needed me more. Sometimes, revenge isn't about shouting or fighting back. It's about knowing your worth and walking away from people who never will. If this story made you believe that karma always finds its way, smash that like button and tell me, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? Don't forget to subscribe for more stories where justice always gets the last word.